Yes, they will be on the main stage tomorrow afternoon, early evening. It is Biffy Clyro, of course. And now I am doubly lucky because not only am I joined by Jenny Green, she's back in the building.
Wow.
But Norman Cook has just come in, all fresh-faced. That's Fatboy Slim to those
not,
of you.
Not only that, but I've brought my good friend, Wayne Coy.
Hey!
That's especially for Dana Hegarty, because the last time that Norman came into us was at Electric Picnic, and Wayne Coyne from the Flaming Lips was already in talking to myself and Dana Hegarty.
You didn't have to interview at all. It was just like, I just put up the microphone. I'm just going to sit back for 10, 15
It was
minutes,
fantastic.
maybe more.
You caught up about your wives, your children. I think I think you'd moved house or something. It was pretty great.
Yeah, sorry about that. That was back in my own drinking days.
So how are you?
I'm good. I'm very good, yeah. It's lovely to be here.
Is it weird doing festivals clean?
It was
sober?
weird last summer when I first did it, yeah. But
Yeah.
it only took about 3 or 4 to get into a different vibe.
Well, you look incredibly well, I have to say.
Well,
You
that's
look
one of the
very
good
healthy.
things. Yeah, that's the good thing about not drinking. Is
What's your new
come here
vice? Have you got one?
running marathons.
That is not a vice. That's something that people like us are disgusted by.
I tried gambling, but it wasn't for me.
Okay.
No, I've
Running
been having
marathons.
babies. That kind of takes up most
I
of your
believe
time.
you.
I know that's not
was
vice
it Nelly,
either.
I think, in January?
Nelly, yeah.
Yeah, how is she?
Congratulations.
Oh, she's gorgeous.
Oh, is she? Yeah.
Thank you.
So what ages are we? There's 2 now.
Yeah, Woody's 9.
9.
Yeah.
And
How
Nelly
did that
just-
happen, you're asking? I don't know.
Must be very, very impressed with the little one then.
She's a cutie. She's kind of keeps my hours at night sometimes. You can tell she's the daughter of a DJ.
And have
Really?
you got a possible DJ in Woody or?
No, he's not that impressed.
Really
You know
not?
that thing you look at your parents and think, I don't want to turn out like that. I think he's kind of got
Yeah,
that
but
feeling
I'm
about
sorry
his dad.
may I speak for both of us there. Our dads aren't Fatboy Slim.
No,
you know, it's
I
totally
can't
different.
imagine not being impressed by that.
He's not that impressed, no.
Really?
Which I think is a good thing, really.
Yeah, give him
we
another 10 years or so. Maybe he'll look back at videos and go.
can't- well, that really was you.
And I know recently you were over in South Africa. You played a World Cup party
Yes,
over
yeah.
there. That looked amazing.
It was really good fun, yeah.
The visuals and everything.
Apart from the England games.
Well,
Because we went there and we saw
at least
Brazil.
you got to play, unlike
Yeah.
us.
Oh, right, cool. Sorry about that. Yeah.
Don't
Yeah,
bring up
sore
the trauma.
points.
Yeah, seriously.
Thierry Henry, let's not even go there.
Yeah.
No, it was fantastic. We did 7 shows and 5 matches. And we're having great. We saw Brazil, we saw Holland, we saw Spain, and we had a fantastic time. Then England, we saw England, and everything went a bit wrong. But yeah, no, it was really great for me to mix from business and pleasure. And everyone's going, "Oh, you're really lucky going to the World Cup." And I was going, "No, it's work. It's work."
That
Yeah.
really was a
DJing.
good one to wangle. And then you have an excuse from being away from home and go, actually, I'm working, you know. There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah, the perfect excuse.
What I love about your show is as well is because I know when you're DJing, sometimes you just have one person on the stage behind decks, and it's hard to
But-
kind of.
As I do, yes.
You know, exactly, but it's hard to sometimes engage a massive crowd on the scale that you're talking about, but you really put so much work into the visuals and everything. And I know at the start of that, there was a sort of an image of you on screen, which, you know, where you were kind of talking or whatever. They have like a visual at the start where it's kind of like
right.
a computer generated screen of you beforehand. And I mean, how much work are you involved in the process of what goes
Yeah.
into all that? you
Yeah,
know?
I spent kind of the early part of this year when I was off the road having the baby.
Yeah.
Spent the early part. Yeah,
I like that when
was
you were having the
motion
baby.
captured. I had to go to Elstree Studios and be filmed by like 32 cameras.
You look better in real
and
life, I have to
yeah,
say.
thanks, yeah. You can only do so much with CGI.
Are those the suits with all the little special
I
balls
had
everywhere?
To, yeah,
the
I had to
little-
have dots all over my face and everything.
Like Alice in Wonderland, I think that's how they filmed that. Or
But the good idea is that now we've got like a virtual 3D me that hopefully I can send to photo sessions and stuff like that. I don't have to make public appearances anymore.
You
No,
can get
we
them
have
to
we have a
age you
lot of
every
fun
5
playing the
years.
visuals, and it's great because nowadays everything I do with the decks actually triggers them, so they're always in sync, and all my crew aren't trying to guess what record I'm going to play next because whichever record I do, it triggers the visuals.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's all done. It's a thing called Serato.
God, you're very high tech.
So I'm actually a VJ now, rather than a DJ. But it's great. It's great because it means we can
Evolution.
write a script, and we have a lot of fun making the films. And then every time I press play, they come up on the screen.
That is so cool. I have to say though, I mean, other than having the new edition of Nelly and going to the World Cup and doing cool things like that, you've actually been very busy with music as well. And I'm looking at the double CD compilation and the creation that you did with David Byrne. Here Lyles Love. I mean, that's such an unusual and interesting project, and so many different collaborations on that.
Yeah, it's very unusual, very interesting, and very, very rewarding to do.
How did that come about?
It was all DB's idea.
Really?
I mean, I wouldn't have come up with the idea of a musical
About Imelda Marcos. Yeah.
No, he just said, "Did you want to do it?" And I was like, "What?" But because it's David Byrne, you just everything he does is way off centre, but it's all genius and it all turns out right in the end. But no, it's great for me to kind of flex different muscles and working with songs and singers rather than dance music. And like I said, just to work with David Byrne was.
Mr. Talking Heads, just in case anybody isn't making the connection. But yeah, he's really not afraid to take chances. And
no, absolutely not.
He goes
he's
way
more
out
scared
there,
to not take chances.
Yeah.
That was put the fear of God into
Would
it.
a daytime radio single make his mind explode?
Somebody who just released. That's not even a CD. That is a song cycle, which is I've never heard
technical
of.
term.
Yeah,
is
it's
it?
called a song cycle. It
Make
has
a
to
note of that.
22 songs that have to be played in the right order, like consecutively. Because
So
when we were working on
you
it,
can't play one now tonight.
when we were working on, I'm sorry, I'm not allowed to just play one.
Play it from the beginning.
When we were working on it, I was
we
sort
go
of
home?
thinking, out of these 22 songs that we're writing, if we picked the best 12 and you sung them, this would be a fantastic pop album. But
Yeah.
DB's like, no, that's not quite what I had in mind.
I mean, the list of names is insane. From Florence Welch and Martha Wainwright to Steve Earle and Cyndi Lauper. I mean, it's really, really broad.
Again, therein is the power of David Byrne. When he phones you up, people don't say no. So most of them, like some of them are my friends, like Martha's a friend of mine, and some of them are my idea, and some of them he just say, what do you think about like Cyndi Lauper? But he's the sort of person, he can just phone Cyndi Lauper up and say, do you want to do this? And because he's David Byrne, she's going to say yes.
It's really nice, though, to have the legends of the 80s and the 90s as well as all the kind of hot young things. And there's a really nice broad spectrum there. So it makes you sort of hopeful that the young generation will maybe go back and see a lot of the cool stuff that David's done over the years.
Yeah, hopefully. And also, I mean, his kind of vision was to retell the story of Imelda Marcos, not mentioning shoes. Because that's what everyone thinks about. It's like, the batty old lady from the Philippines
when you
with
read
the
a story,
shoes.
he talks so much about Estrella as well. And I, of course, most of us wouldn't think about the story of her mother. It takes him to sort of bring that in. Is that right?
Estrella wasn't her mother. But
sorry.
That, yeah.
Was it her nanny?
It was her nanny who brought her up, yeah.
Okay.
God, Jenny.
Jeez, I'm making a show of myself here.
It's a very interesting story, but it requires you to sit through all 22 tracks at once.
Okay. Well,
do you know
next
we'll
time
do
I'll
that
focus on
some
my
night? We'll
attention
have an
span.
Imelda Marcos album night.